Hello, 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 everyone. I'm just going to get myself set up here for my biweekly YouTube live masterclass. It's going to be an exciting day because, again, I'm pivoting, trying something new. It was suggested to me, and plus, when it was suggested to try to change things up, spruce things up, and bring on some guests. I was like, you know what? Let's try it. Let's go for it. You know what? That's what life's all about. Sometimes we just need to pivot and make those changes, whether it's a comfortable pivot or not. Sometimes we need to make those decisions, right? So while I get set up here, I anyone who is online, please chime in, say hello in the chat. Um, just to give you a rundown. Oh, I'm getting something here. Say happen. Okay, that was interesting. Okay, technology. All right. So, as I was saying, I'm just going to give you a rundown of how this is going to go. I'll do my normal intro, introduce myself, and go into a little bit of a numerology for business explanation, um, just to kind of get started. And I wanted to, like I said, for anyone who has seen my videos, I wanted to pivot because I've been getting some questions regarding my upcoming vibrational logic mastery blueprint workshop on April 22nd. So, and it's funny because a lot of people that have been, asking me these questions are new to numerology. So I figure, you know what, this is a great opportunity. So if if you're one of those people that were questioning and you're here, great. If not, you'll have the replay. And for anyone else, this is a great opportunity for you to be aware of this upcoming workshop and exactly what it is. And I'll be giving you live scenarios of three guests. A few people actually cancel at the last minute. Life happens sometimes, and we just roll with that. So yeah, just to give you a rundown. So I'm going to share a little bit about my workshop coming up, and and basically how to use this tool of business numerology to create the results in an easily and flowing way without having to bang your head against the wall and try to force things to happen, and just work with the energies that are all around us. And so there's going to be many levels, but for today, the scenarios I'll be sharing with my guests will be surface level, cycle type things. And I'll explain to you, and you'll kind of get the flow once I get into each of the scenarios. But interesting stuff for the three people that will be joining us. So we'll go through that. I'll explain exactly cycles, numerology, a little bit about the workshop, and then we'll go into our three guests and their blueprint. So, for those of you who know me or don't know me, my name is Maria Esposito, and I am the founder of Revolution 9. We are your vibrational logic strategic consulting firm that basically bridge the gap between high level business strategies, those SOPs, projections, and how to build rock solid foundations and the things that you need to scale and grow your business. But combining that and bridging the gap between those analytics and high level intuitive vibrational science. So it's really creating a holistic approach to looking at business, not only the analytical side, but it's also looking at the energetic side, which is pretty much the biggest part of who we are. So I more or less diagnose, analyze, consult, and bridge those gaps and help you get away from those. It's us that keeps us stuck. being a hypnotherapist and a trainer in NLP and the founder of HypnoCode. So I also help to release those unconscious, those limiting beliefs, and those unconscious blocks to really help you propel through your journey. So that's in a nutshell, and that's enough about me. So, exactly what is numerology cycles? So, for those of you that I've seen, we are in a universal year 10-1. So when we're looking at numerology cycles, this is kind of like a duality thing because we have what's going on universally that impacts everyone as a whole. But then we also have our own personal years, months, and days. So, specifically, when it comes to numerology, we have these certain days that these days, so right now we're in a year 10-1, which is all about new beginnings. It's that new energy. It's the beginning of a 9-year cycle. It's about taking charge. It's a leadership number. So each number from 1 to 9 in numerology has a certain vibration. So as I specified, being in a year 1, this is a new beginning energy, and it's taking charge, taking action, but it's also a very highly intuitive number. So depending on where you are at personally, each month, each day, and each year is painting a story and telling you what you should and shouldn't be doing. Which days would be advantageous for launches, signing contracts, doing different things, collaboration, all those beautiful things in business. So using new cycles will actually help you to strategically plan so you're working with the vibration and not against it. So, we know life is hard sometimes, and it really gets us to a point where sometimes we just want things to be easy. So this is a divination tool that can actually help you strategically plan so that you're not forcing things. You're not having to hustle, and you're kind of just going with the flow of things, and the manifestation is that much greater. So with that said, with this upcoming workshop, it is going to be basically tiered because what I'll be doing is we're going to be uh, looking at your first, the foundation numerology, which is your soul codes. So you have 6 soul codes in total, but you have 3 of your most important, which are your day of birth, life purpose number, and your destiny number. So we will be diagnosed those 3 main because that basically is essentially the biggest part of your life. So we'll be diagnosing, you'll be calculating those. You'll get a beautiful manual where you'll be able to figure out detailed instructions on how to calculate, because essentially you're going to have your blueprint ready so that when you come into the workshop, you'll be guided by me, not only intuitively, but with those numbers that you have in your blueprint. And we are going to strategically plan your second, third, and fourth quarter based on what you've calculated. So, with your day of birth and knowing those 3 main soul code numbers, those in conjunction with your personal cycles of your day, month, and year are considered your power days, power months, and power years. So, when working with these numbers, you could actually emphasize those specific vibrations of not only your personal codes, your day of birth, life purpose, and destiny, but you're also combining those vibrations of those days. And we call those power days. So, combining the two and strategically planning, this is a really, really powerful way to be able to align. Now, again, I'm just speaking on a very, very surface level because, like any other divination tool like astrology. There's so many different layers to it. And again, with my three beautiful guests that'll be attending, I'll be showing you exactly, and giving you their scenarios and sharing, sharing those pieces of information and sharing, the different insights that I received while I was calculating and working through their blueprint for today. So, so beautiful. Hello, hello, Carrie. Wonderful. Thank you. Anyone else here, please say hello. And yeah, so that is more or less. So again, going through numerology cycles, your numerology cycles is another way, is also another tool to be able to um, really create seamlessly. I love like there's so many levels to numerology and using it. And I will tell you, it could take a lot of strategic and a lot of time doing this. So it's not as if for me, whenever I'm making big decisions, planning events, um, if I know that I'm going to be going into a contract of some sort, that I know it's going to cost time, money, and energy, it's those bigger plans that we know in business are going to have obstacles thrown to us at times, or things are going to not happen, or people aren't going to show up, or that's just a part of life, and that's a part of business. But when you're able to strategically use the vibrations that are specific to you and also align with where you are at, which season you are in. So we call this, I love to refer this to your seasons, your commercial seasons, because every season, we have our, in this universe, we have our four seasons. And in numerology, and the way I like to look at it is that we also have our different seasons as well. And it's telling you, again, it's telling you a story of what you should be doing, what you shouldn't be doing, focusing on this certain area. Because when you're doing that, then things work out much more seamlessly, and you'll notice that you'll attract more opportunities. Things will just flow much more easier. Whereas if you're trying to force something, or you're trying to get a client to make a purchase, or you're wanting something to work out, and say for example you're in that wrong season, then you know what? The results that you were seeking and all that time, money, and energy that you've invested in that is really not going to result the way you had planned. So, wouldn't you want to be able to strategically plan, knowing that this is where you are, this is what the vibration is for your year or your month or your day, and be able to plan? So, beautiful. Hello. One of my guests is on. Hello, hello, Zoe. This is a really good one. Oh, wait until I share. So, I also wanted to share another thing. So, in business, we have entered our second quarter. So, as I just shared with you, this, I like to look at this commercial season. This is literally, we're going into our spring season. And this is the time. So, basically, our first quarter was all about, planting those seeds, getting the soil ready to germinate and to plant those seeds, so that eventually you'll be able to harvest and reap the benefit of those, of you planting those seeds. So that was quarter one. Quarter one was also about purging, looking at your systems, looking at your business. What worked, what didn't work is also a great time to purge. So now that we're in quarter two, this is a beautiful time that now that you've planted those seeds, you've created those intentions, built the blueprint, have your projections. This is like kind of that new bloom time that now you're going to start seeing the manifestation. You're going to see the growth starting to manifest from what you had planned in Q1 1. So this is a really great time, and hence why I decided to have this workshop in Q2, because this is still a great time to now implement, and if you're still looking to launch some new products or travel, and or start a new business or go through a rebrand, whatever that is, you have the next 3 quarters to be able to strategically plan, which is wonderful. So this is a really great time for us to really look at your business as a whole, and plan out the rest of your year so that those major launches, events, um, trips, whatever that is, are really going to be advantageous for you. So in my workshop on the 22nd, we'll be planning that out and strategically doing that, not only looking at what year you're in and what it's telling you to do, but also strategically planning your months and your days, so we're getting into the nitty gritty details. Whereas today, we're going to be focusing with my guests, we're going to be focusing on the months, which are really great months. I ran everybody's numbers, really exciting stuff to start sharing. So you know what? Yeah, so that's pretty much it. So for anyone here attending now, does anyone have any questions for me before we get into this? Because I'm going to do the reading. And any questions yet? Nothing yet? Okay, just give me a second. I'm going to bring up my files here specifically. So, okay, so Zoe, I'm going to start with you. Lovely. And what we're going to do is that I'm going to go through your different codes and things, and go through your whole profile, your whole blueprint. Then if you have any questions for me, if you could wait until I'm done and, ask me those questions afterwards. And please, never hesitate, because, yeah, if there's anything that I could do to clarify, or anything else that you would like to know, and we could definitely go from there. So, all right. So here we go. So Zoe. So focusing on the 3 main codes. So your day of birth. So your day of birth, I like to look at it as your execution code. This is the one of the first main codes that really depicts who you are moment to moment, how you execute and take action on things. And it also tells you how you deal with stressful situations and obstacles within your life, in your day-to-day life. So for your day of birth is a 24/6. Beautiful, beautiful number. So Zoe, how you do things, you do things really magnetically, um, in community-based environments. So you're all about working in community, working in groups. You are definitely, a person that truly services from the heart. You take service seriously, but you're fun. You do it from a way that comes from the heart. So you're so authentic and genuine, and it's almost as if that when you're in that service space, you become like the cosmic parent. So that's where the cosmic parent, and working in community and working in groups and building teams. This is just, you do this naturally. So this is a big part of who you are. And, this 6 code is a representation of just that authenticity, integrity, really high level. 6s are because they're all about service, and they're very responsible with that service when they're providing that service. Um, you people know that you are just in a space of integrity, and that is a really sound representation of a six. So with that, your life purpose number, now your life purpose number is all about, I like to look at this, it's about the roadmap. It is your roadmap, it is your journey. It is ultimately the definition to why you are here. So in business, it's all about that, getting from that one place to another, looking at your journey on a bigger scale. So for you, you are a 36-9. So a 36-9, again, so the 6 and the 9 in completely different ways, but also this is all about community, community based. The 9 is, these are the people, and Zoe, I know you, this is you. Y- These are the people that are like head these big groups that are on a mission. They're on a mission to make changes, change people's lives, and really just want to go and make a difference. It is the number of the humanitarians. So you're all about the people, and it's all about philanthropy also. So that's that. Then you have your destiny and then your destiny number. So the destiny number is all about your life's work. So it's how you're meant to be expressing. So your life's work. So for that, darling, you are a 154-10-1. So I'm going to tell you this, Zoe. You are this year until your birthday in August, your 10-1 is already amplified and magnetized. So because we are in a universal year one, so that 10-1 code, you are probably feeling such fast momentum, whether that is aligned or shadow side, things are happening very quickly and you are attracting very quickly. So that magnetism of that leadership taking action is magnetized until August. So, with that said, this is a very, very powerful, powerful energy to be executing. To be honest, all three of your codes are either wealth generating codes, are prosperity codes, abundance codes. So the beautiful thing is, girlfriend, you have beautiful, your three main codes are in different ways activating such abundance and prosperity. So right now, you are in a personal year 23-5. So up until August, which is when you transition, because that's your birth month, you'll transition. You'll transition into your 24-6, which I just kind of shared, but your 23-5, this is a really big year for you to really make changes. This is all about embracing change. You're going to experience a lot of changes if you haven't already from your last birthday up until now. A lot of shifts, a lot of changes, a lot of growth, lots of ups and lots of downs. The key thing you want to really do up until the end of this year is your birthday is you really want to be, you know, take risks, but make sure they're calculated risks. Don't be risky in what you're doing because fives have this way that you magnetize and you attract opportunity. However, if you're not careful, you could be truly you could be taking risks that could drain the bank, that could create burnout or could create different scenarios. So just find balance. That's the key. You're in a personal month 27-9. So this month you're in the end of completion. So this is what I want to share with you. So your focus. So knowing that you're in a completion month, the focus that you said to me, so with Zoe, she has a beautiful, profitable business. So for anyone who loves to travel, anyone that is into cruising, but even traveling in general. No, she's not an agent, but she has such a unique business model that really, if you're a traveler, that you could travel on a discount. Um, so anyone who's interested, contact me and I will forward you Zoe's contact info. But basically her focus that she wanted to focus on for this reading was what would be the ideal months for her to be traveling, because she travels all around the world. And I know you're planning another trip, I think within the next month or two. So so I know that you want to be traveling. So I'm gonna, you wanted to focus what would be the most advantageous time this year for you to be traveling, to create more partnerships in business for people that want to do what you do and bring people along so you could train them, but also to create some, also attract some new clients. So for you, darling, um, next month. So keeping in mind, traveling is great, but this could also apply to any business endeavors. So next month is going to be a perfect month for you to be doing anything. So if you have the opportunity to travel anywhere, this is going to be a great month because number one, because you're going into a 10-1 month. So your destiny number is going to be emphasized of that new beginning. So anything that you're planning on doing, if you're able to launch anything, if you're planning any meetings or you're any traveling, anything related to business endeavors, next month is going to be a very powerful month for you to execute and start something new. Key thing. The next powerful month for you will also be in September. Why that is, in September, your day of birth code will be emphasized. So that number of service, responsibility, collaboration, community. So that is going to be a powerful month, but I'll also share with you that is also going to be a master number of 33/6. So that energy code of the 33 is going to be emphasized. So, what I'm going to tell you specific to the 33 is double emphasis of childhood traumas on the shadow side. So, if you're going through in September, you're going through some stuff or you're planning and you're noticing that maybe stuff that unresolved things from your childhood or unresolved things of limiting beliefs and decisions come up, that could be that code, that month code that is coming up. So, just to give you that. So yeah, so for the 33/6, these are the 2 months. So May is going to be a great creation, new beginnings, taking action and doing something, and really moving forward with something new. And so again, launching products. And keeping in mind, listen to your intuition, Zoe. You really want to be listening. uh, oh my God, beautiful. So September you're going to Europe. Yes. So I'm going to tell you, are you going to be going with your team? It's good that I just saw that. Oh, hello Shannon. Hello. You're here. So Zoe, tell me, if you are you going to be traveling with your team? Because that is going to be, if you're going to Europe with your team, this is going to be an excellent month for you to be traveling and really nurturing. Be that mother figure, yes. And I know you, Zoe, also, if you need to kick them in the ass, you do that. You go, girl. Be that leader, do it in a way. This is a great way to really nurture and kind of be that parent figure for your team. It's also, it is a manifestation code. So this is a really great time if you're servicing from the heart. Really just go in, be you, And, the month of September is going to be a very powerful and possibly profitable month. Really focus on building your team. That's a really great month to be focusing on your team building. So beautiful. Yeah, with the team. Perfect. So, do you have anything going on? Do you have anything going on next month, Zoe? That's what I ask because next month is a really, really, it's a really good month for you. So if you have anything going on, or if you've if you've received any downloads intuitively, have you received any downloads or any inspirational ideas of something that you wanted to do that you either haven't had the time to do, or you haven't, um, you know you've been distracted, or maybe you've just been procrastinating because of fear from making those changes? This just literally came to me. So has there been anything like that for you? I know there's a bit of a delay in response here, but that's okay. We have time. A few people canceled, so it's great. Um, this month, I'm going on a cruise. No, this month in April. So what about in May next month? Do you have anything going on in May? Because May is going to be a powerful month. So strategically, I'm going to say if you don't have anything planned, plan something, launch something. If you've been kind of working on something, just whether it's ready or not, launch it. If next month will also be a good month to really start getting out there, taking action, and sharing whatever it is that you need to share. But do this in a way that is do this in a way that you're not being independent, because the shadow side of the one is that you're not showing up as that leader, or you're trying to micromanage. But I know you're not a micromanager, so I'm thinking that that's not going to be the case. Next month is my regular schedule of events. So you have events. Okay, so I'm going to probably suggest, keep doing what you're doing, keep getting out there in terms of broadcasting. Send out messages, maybe try something different. So if you have your several events, do something a little bit creative and different that you normally do. I know we utilize social media and different things. If you have the liquidity, maybe have one of your connections, or I could send you some really great marketing people to maybe broadcast something, because that might just give you that little bit extra of, you know, of doing something different. Because the one is all about changes, it's all about new beginnings, but it's also about creativity, being creative. So do that now with whatever it is you have planned next month, and you'll notice a big change if you change something from what you normally do next month. So that's going to be really great for you to do that. So, do you have any questions for me? You got some exciting things going on. Do you have any questions for me? So nice to see you here, Shannon. Lovely. Does anyone here? Okay, if Zoe, regular scheduled events. So yeah. Does anyone else here have any questions for me? Okay, thank you. You're welcome. Any questions yet? No, not yet. All right. So as we wait, I have my next. So no questions, anyone? We have a few. We have a few minutes because I had a little bit of a gap. One of my guests canceled. So if anyone, it's good. Beautiful. Yeah, so if anyone has any questions regarding even just cycles in general, or if anyone wants to share anything with me, and I could just do a really quick reading until my next guest comes on. Um, Miriam, if you are here, how are I am great. How are you, darling? I am doing wonderful. I am doing wonderful. Exciting times. I'm not sure if you heard, I am launching my first vibrational logic mastery blueprint workshop online on the 22nd. So excited, a little bit nervous. This is all new for me in the sense. So, hey, any messages for me? Any messages? So, do you want to give me your day of birth or give me a code? I know I've done you a reading, but for me to remember everybody's codes, next to impossible. But oh, you know what? Better yet, what's going on right now? Is there anything specific that you're looking to do, receive, let go of? So, what's going on with you? I'm a very specific person, and I could give you generalized stuff, but usually my brain doesn't work like that. My brain is very specific, and I could go with the big picture stuff, but any message. Do you have any are you launching any new products, or you have any launches, anything different going on in business, or are you looking for something maybe more personal? Cuz depending on the year you're in, give me your full birth date. Let's see what year you're in and see what's going on specifically for you in this year. What you could expect this year in life. If you'd like to give me that, yeah, just give me your full birth date, and we could figure out what year you're in. Yep, relationship, perfect. So, what's your birth date? Beautiful, beautiful. I know there's a bit of delay here, so I'll just wait for your full birth date, and then let's see what we could expect for this year specifically. Oh, you're a December baby too. You're on the cusp. So you're not a Capricorn, you're a Sagittarius, right? The 15th. So I'm a 31st, so I'm a purebred Capricorn. So yes, all about the foundations. So one, one, one. Mhm. Mhm. Ooh, girlfriend. Okay. Okay, you are in. So I'm gonna so you are in an 18-9 year. So for this year, this is what I'm gonna tell you. This is a year of reflection. This is a year of culmination. So what that means is this is a year of due diligence for you, hun. You are at the very end of your cycle year. So where we were universally last year in a year 9, you are going to be starting new beginnings. So come December, you're going to be going into a 19-10-1. So basically what that means is that this year it's time for you to do the self work, release what is not serving you. So people, places, things, whatever that is, limiting beliefs, limiting decisions. This is a year for you to be doing self work, to let go of those things that haven't been serving you or haven't worked, and really reflecting on what it is that you want, because in a cycle year 1, so come December, you're going to be transitioning into that 19-10-1 year. So that's, again, it's all about magnetizing. It is all about new beginnings. So what that means is that if you're doing the self work specific, because you're saying that you with relationships and you've kind of let go, you've made those changes, you're stepping into that power and you're getting ready to step into that leadership power in who you are. And you are going to attract whatever it is that you're seeking. As long, but the key thing is you have to let go of the baggages of the things that aren't serving you, because whatever it is that you're holding on to, whether you're consciously aware of it or not, this is also, so this just came to me. Sometimes we are so oblivious, and whether it's because we don't want to be aware of those things that are holding us back, this is a good time to tap into the people that know, love, and trust you. You know, listen to them, take their advice, see what they have to say, because sometimes there's things that we're holding on to internally that really we're not even aware of. So listen to those that know you, that love you, that are sharing things and want the best for you, and do whatever it takes. So whether that is working with a professional, whether that's doing the self work, reading books, taking courses, because I'm telling you, going into whatever you're not releasing at the end of this year, you will be bringing into your year one. And the chances are you're going to be holding on to that for the next 9 years. So this is a really pivotal year. So if you're looking to really attract that new relationship, you really want to be focusing on the self work this year, however that looks. So that's the big one. Beautiful. Miriam, you're here. Hello, hello. Wonderful. Thank you. Thank you so much, Shannon. I hope that helps. I hope that makes sense. Please tell me if that makes any sense to you, and if that resonates with you. Okay, Miriam, here we go. So, interesting stuff. So, day of birth. So I've already kind of expressed, what they mean. I'm not going to go and explain what the day of birth, life path, and whatnot are. I'm just going to go in and just share my findings with you, and then we'll go and do some more readings and answer any questions. So Miriam, your day of birth, you're a 30/3. So so it's funny. So that is the number of creation. It is the number representative of the child. It has a lot of joyous child energy. And it is such a creative number, and it's also a number of self-expression. So the fact that your businesses, creative insights, the fact that you have that creative there, whether that's still something that is present, it's such a beautiful, it's a joyous, it has, when you think of a baby, that is the kind of energy that the 3 holds. They're just very open. The number is also a very empathic number, so you feel very deeply, just like a very open child is. But it's also very creative, and it's such a magnetic number. So you're a person that is meant to express who you are in your different ways, whether that's social media, whether that is through writing, whether that's through your creative work. So that is that. So your life purpose number is a 32/5. So this is a powerful number of, the number is all about change, embracing change, because the 5 is constantly moving. It's constantly changing. Miriam, I know, I take it you're the type of person, you would not do well with a Monday to Friday 9 to 5 job. People with 5 codes in their life, and especially in their 3 codes, they're all about making changes and taking on those risks. And knowing what you're going through now, you are highlighting, you are really working through that 5, because the 5 is all about embracing change and taking on those risks. So yes, I can't do the 9 to 5, 100%. 5s rarely could do that. Whereas the 4s, complete opposite. They feel safe and they feel secure by having those schedules and knowing what's going on. So very different. So the five, embracing change. So I know you are actually really embracing that now with your new endeavors. So that five is really being highlighted right now because you're making some really big changes. You're making some investments. Just be careful to, do your due diligence. Take those calculated risks through your journey, and really just, try to focus as much as you can, because fives shadow side have a tendency to not be able to finish things. They'll start things because they magnetize to new opportunities, and they'll intuit different things, but they have, just like a one, they have a sometimes a hard time completing things. So they'll start and attract so many different things, but they don't complete. So yes. So now your destiny number. So you're gonna laugh, Miriam. You and I share the exact same destiny number. So we both have a 72-9. So like Zoe, she has the 9 code as well in her code. So the 9 is all about, it's all about group consciousness. So these are the people that lead these mission-based groups. They're on a mission. They want to help humanity. They're all about the mission, and they're all about creating that change. So even if it's not a big worldwide thing, you just have this natural energy, like in your business, that you just want to really truly help people. Doing it in a group atmosphere is going to really help bring that 9 code out. But just be careful with the 9, because nines have a tendency of giving a lot, and they'd be willing to self-sacrifice for the sake of the mission or the sake of the client or the sake of this, and it could end up impacting your bottom line, impacting your energy. So just be conscious of how much you give, and always find that balance with that reciprocity, which is going to be key for you. So, and that's within your life's work. So you are in a personal year, 10-1. So Miriam, this is a powerful year. So up until your birth date, so your birthday in July, we're in a universal year, 10-1, but you are in a personal year, 19-10-1. So the 19 is the Prince of Heaven number, very powerful. But then you have that 10-1 of instant manifestation. You have that code of new beginnings, taking action. You launching right now, declutter and done, this new beautiful business. You're doing it in the perfect year, doing this within your birth year of this 10-1. As long as you're feeling the energy, you're excited about it, taking action, this was a perfect year for you to be doing it. So now chunking that down specifically, so generalize this is, so a lot of I ended up getting quite a bit of stuff for you, so I for the sake of having fairness to everyone, these are the 3 that I feel that would be most advantageous. So these are 3 months that you really want, that are going to be very emphasized energetically for you. So this month is a very, very powerful month because it's emphasizing your life path number of 5. So this is a good month for you to be making any strategic changes. But the download that I got was, if you received any opportunities this month, or you'll be attracting any opportunities this month that maybe might not be something that you would normally jump into, or it sounds interesting, but you're not quite sure, it's telling you, the download I got say, take a chance. Take a chance. As long as it's not going to cost a tremendous, just weigh the energies. If you find that whatever opportunity is presenting itself, that maybe some fear is coming up, you need to bypass the fear. But if it's something else, because I know how intuitive you are, so you'll be able to discern, is this my ego trying to keep me small, keep doing, and wants you to keep doing what you're already doing? you need to bypass that. You need to take advantage in whatever opportunity presents itself this month, because something's going to happen this month. I don't know what that is, but you need to leap into that leap of faith, because the fives leap into that faith. So that five, if you do it, you're going to be, it's going to work out, whatever that is. I was invited a referral group yesterday. Ah, there you go. Yeah. So if it's not something that you've already done, so whatever it is, it's going to be something that's new to you, something that's different. You're going to want to take advantage of it this month, because this is a really powerful month for you. The next month is going to be July. So this is going to be emphasizing your 9 code. So you might want to consider in July, if you're considering on doing some kind of group activity or bringing together community, or you have some kind of cause, maybe even if you're looking to do some kind of philanthropic kind of initiative, collaborating with a not-for-profit or something like that in July, this is going to be a very powerful month for you to do something like that, because that 9 energy is really about the humanitarian and working in that kind of community based. So that's going to be a good month. Seeds for thought. So consider something like that. I have a presentation I wanted to enjoy. Maybe that's the best month. Yeah, I would definitely say 100%. If you're thinking July, anything related to groups or community or something humanitarian, that's going to be a beautiful, beautiful month, because it's going to be a power month for you. That's a power month. So use that energy to your advantage. The last month I have here is October. So October is a 30/3. That is your day of birth code. So this is a really, really great month for you to be expressing. That's going to be a really great media number. It's not the media number, the 14/5 is a media number, but the 3 is all about the self-expression. So expressing yourself, that's a great day if you have booked jobs, booked clients that month. The 3 October is going to be a really great booking month to really be working and self-creating, because your business is a very creative business. So that's going to be a really great work month or creation month. Look at it as a creation month. That is also a really great month to be advertising. So if you have the liquidity, I'm going to say, if you know people, if you don't, I have my team that could help you out. That's a great marketing month for you. So if you're not doing it yourself and you want to kind of even just put a little bit of money in broadening your horizons in the marketing space, that's going to be a good month for you to be doing that. Yeah. Miriam, do you have any questions? So you have a lot of really good stuff, lots of things to work with here. So I understand. Awesome, funny. I was invited to a referral group yesterday. Expensive, and I did not. Okay, but I did expensive, and I did join the local chambers of commerce. I really hope the Chamber of Commerce works for you. I didn't find any value in it for myself, but I think, it's community based. So just because here in St. Catharines didn't work for me, doesn't mean it's not going to work for you. I just hope, but I know people that have had lots of successes. So I think, from community to community, based on what the need is, I really am sending you lots of energy there. Library is perfect. That's okay. No, it's all good. Thank you so much for that. I don't want to take any more of your time, but thank you. I appreciate. Oh, you're welcome. Yeah. So you know what? If you didn't make any notes, this is going to be a replay. So you could definitely go back to it and then make those notes that you need to make for that. Wonderful. So next, let's see. Davein, are you here, darling? Are you here? I think I saw you at some point somewhere here. Are you here? If you are, chime in. I got some really great stuff for you too. So if you're here, let me know. Yay, you're here. Excellent. Beautiful. So, so as of now, we'll run through all of your cycles again, or all of your day of birth. So your day of birth, as we know, darling, you are a 28-10-1. So you are that leader in action. And you this year, your day of birth is so highlighted this year because universally we're in a 10-year one. So that leadership and taking action is really emphasized for you right now until your birthday in November. So it's good. So with that, your birth. So it's all about that taking action. It's all about listening to your intuition. I know you're highly intuitive, and I know that you really side with that side of you, but it's also the number of, it's also the number of duality. So really make sure that you're grounded in that leadership and taking action, but you're also finding that balance with that right brain intuitive side. So balance is a really key thing here. So as for your life purpose number, you are 35-8. So which is beautiful. The eight. People always want to have eights in their codes because eight is the money frequency. It is a manifestation number. It is a powerful, it is the CEO. It's that honorable, I like to look at it as the honorable leader. When they are aligned and when you are in your power, in that eight power, you just have this, you just give off this natural energy of that CEO, that leadership, but but it's very integral. It is the money magnetism. It is a frequency. People with eight codes really have an intuitive internal knowing of that money is meant to come and go, that money is energy. When it's there, you are aligned, you're grounded, you're in that space, you're helping people high level. You are a very big picture thinker. You're not the person that's meant to be in the details. So that is, but because in your life purpose, you also have the 3 and the 5 code there. So it's also about that creative self-expression, that inner child, right? And you're also about the freedom. So you want to be able to ultimately pick and choose and create and just express who you are. And you know what? When you're doing that, the money, the energy will just flow. Your destiny. Now, this is again, you are a 116-8. So you are probably the only person that I know that has 2 8 codes within their 3 main codes. So those 8 codes are so magnetized. So you are really meant to be that leader. Step into that CEO. When you think of a CEO in these big corporations, that's the type of energy that you have within you. Whether you're aligned to it right now, you're aligned to it yet or not, you really have that within you. Ooh, money. Yes. Yes, that's right. Money, money, money. That's right. So personal year, you are currently in a personal year 21-3. So that 21-3 is, again, this is all about the self-expression. This is a great time to be using your social medias. This is a great time to be writing a book. This is a great time to blog or vlog. Whatever that is, whatever that tool is that you're using, it's about sharing. So that is specifically you as the leader. That is the year that you're in right now. It's that creative self-expression. It's about emotion. It's about connecting with that inner child. And it's about being joyous about it, which you are. You are. So, so you are already aligned to that code. Now, this month, you are actually in a personal month 25-7. So So the seven, very interesting. So this is the psychic master and also the analyst. So the seven is to me one of the most intuitive spiritual numbers that are out there. Very, it's like the sage, it's like that psychic master. It is a very psychic number. It's also a number of the teacher, but it's also the researcher and the analyst. So this is a person, this is a great, great month. It might be a little bit slower, but keeping in mind we're in a 10 month, and because you have a 10-1, the vibration universally is always going to be a fast pace, and especially because your day of birth is highlighted, you might not feel the slowness. But seven is about, really, it's almost like it's a month of learning, it's a month of due diligence, it's a month of learning something new, it's about learning something new and gaining knowledge. So this is a great month for you to be doing those research things. If you received an intuitive download for something new that you want to do, or you want to implement for the future, which we will get to, this is a good month to dig into the research to in building that. Good month to build. So that's for this month. And your personal day. So today you are in a 33/6 day. Beautiful, beautiful day. This is a beautiful day for collaboration, community. Where you're here joining the community. Thank you for joining. So this is a great community base. It's a great service day. So but now, so the focus, I love this. So you want to launch your joy embodiment coaching program. This, so it's a program, correct? Yeah, I'm going to assume yes, it's a program. I know. If it's an online program, this is going to be beautiful. So I know that you specifically wanted to know which would be the most advantageous time for you to be launching this. So I'm going to say great time for you to be building it this month. So use this month to build it. Now, as for launching, okay, Carrie, you got to run. Sounds wonderful. Thank you for joining. Thank you. Thank you. So for this month, so for any launches, so this is speaking not just for this, but for anything that you have 2 months this year with where we're at. These are going to be months, but keep in mind, you still have your personal days and you still have your personal year, because your personal year, you're going to be transitioning on November, which is pretty much the end of the year. So either way, this is a great, great time. Specifically, the first month is next month. So next month in May is going to be a 26/8. Very powerful. The 26 is really about group, it's about partnerships. The 2 is representative of partnerships. It's a number of peace. It's like the 2 is like, it's the mother, it's the peacemaker, but it's also the diplomat. It's the number of, these are the people that do really well in group settings. So it's community, groups, partnerships, but it's also, doing it in a space of compassion, peace, and support. A very supportive role. The 6 we know is also another. It's community based service. So you have a lot of service numbers. So if you're thinking of doing anything, you're that 8 month, because we know the 8 is all about the money frequency. Anything that you're doing next month in a group environment, community based. So if you're doing any of your circles, but if you're able to launch next month, this is also, but if you're able to do it in a way that you're doing it in a, in that kind of group environment, doing, presenting it in a way that, you're possibly gathering people together and it's almost like a surprise that you're launching, would be really wonderful if you're able to do next month. If you're not able to launch next month, then I'd say anything in that group, service base, you really, utilizing that 8, that honorable leader, but doing it in a way that is some, partnerships, group, something like that will be really, really a really good month to really execute that code. As for my other, now the next one, this is what I'm highly recommending because this one here is going to really emphasize um, your 10-1, which is all about new beginnings. So the month we have here is July. So if you have the opportunity to launch your program in July, you want to do it. Why? Because it is a 28-10-1 code, which is your exact day of birth. So the 10-1 specifically, I like to look at it as your execution code. It is that executing, this is the new beginning. So this program is it's a new division, it's a new launch, it's something brand new. So if you have the ability to do this in July, you want to do it in July because it is going to be, it'll be magnetized. You will attract the people that you're meant to attract. And you have like, now you're going to be triple. You have the universal year behind you. You have your day of birth and your cycle, and this will be your cycle month. So it's almost like it's like three folds. Your power month is going to be emphasized, but then you also have the backing of the universal cycle 10-1. So if you have the opportunity to do this, to launch the program in July, I'm going to say that's ideally when you want to do it. Yeah, I think this is going to be really, really good for you. So how was that? Does this resonate? Does this make sense? How are you feeling? Davein, you there? Okay. I was asked to partner on a project for next month. Yes. So perfect. If you have the ability, do it. And this is so amazing and online how I was feeling. Yes, excellent. So now you have. So intuitively you already kind of knew, but I'm telling you now, based on your soul codes, based on your cycles, your blueprint for this year, ideally, these are going to be your most advantageous months. So not only, and not to say that any other month is not going to be an advantageous, no, we could still work with your personal dates, but specifically for your months, Davein and Miriam, I'm going to also say, if you want to figure out specifically which days would be the most advantageous, we could even narrow it down even from your month, but also to your personal days of when you want to launch. So ideally, and we could strategically do that. So with that said, these are the types. So for anyone who is watching the replay or anyone who is considering on attending my Vibrational Logic Mastery Blueprint workshop on the 22nd, and yes, that was strategically planned. Yes. So using my own personal cycles, but I also because I also planned it. So what you're going to be learning, we're going to be looking at in the workshop a few tiers of how to do this. So not only are you going to be taught and you're going to learn how to do this yourself so that moving forward, you'll be able to continuously be able to do this. This workshop is a do-it-yourselfer. So if you want to learn how to do this, this is a great time, but ideally you're going to get the beautiful manual. You're going to basically create your blueprint based off of the instructions. You're going to plot everything. You're going to answer all the questions in there. And then what you're going to do is you're going to come to the workshop, and it is literally, it's going to be a setting like this, but not I'll actually be able to see you at the workshop, and we are going to plot the remainder of your year. So not only are you going to know how to do that yourself, so you could strategically use this tool moving forward, but you'll also be able to plan out the remainder of your year where you're working with the energies that are allowing you to create those manifestations that you're seeking, and you're not fighting against the energies, and you're doing that strategically. You're not going in buying, blindly, and say, launching on a Tuesday, like a lot of high level, strategies say, launch on a Tuesday, you know. However, yes, if that Tuesday aligns with you, then yes, launch on a Tuesday. But so on top of that, I'm also going to be sharing and teaching and sharing with you wealth generating codes. So yes, there are several wealth generating codes. So when I plan, when I even my price points, I go through several steps of analysis in order for me to when I actually launch it. So yes, I'll be another beautiful layer is that wealth generating. So there are some codes that really naturally generate those wealth. And the question is, do you have those codes within your soul code blueprint, your numerology blueprint? So now you're adding another layer of wealth generating energy if ideally, and if you don't have these codes within your three main or at least your six soul codes, that's okay, because you could still use those wealth generating code energies to create those price points, to create, and plan those specific days. So but there's key things that you want to really be focused on before you do that, because certain codes have certain relationships. So anyone who's been following me or is connected to me on all the socials, there's a lot of information about the 4 and 8 codes and the relationship between the two. So what I have found, numerology is very strategic. There's a lot of rules around using them. So you'll be learning a lot of the programs and a lot of the workshops that I'll be launching. We'll be sharing a lot of those rules per se, and have all that information that you need so that you're respecting this divination tool and everything that it has to offer. So, and you're not going in blindly. But other than that, oh my goodness, I just realized the time. Well, okay. So anyone, thank you. You're welcome. This was wonderful. Any questions? If anyone is still here that attended, I would love, please write a comment, let me know. And if you find that within the next month or something, let me know if anything comes up, and keep me posted on how things work out. So that's pretty much it. Until next time, I will tell you this, 2 weeks, there will be no YouTube live, because that'll be my vibrational logic mastery blueprint workshop will basically be replacing my next YouTube live. So I will be seeing you in this space in a month from now. But until then, anyone looking for further questions, just let me know. And you could pretty much find me anywhere on socials. Have a fabulous, fabulous day. And thank you for everyone that has attended and invested your time with me today. And for anyone who is watching the replay, have a wonderful, wonderful day. See you later. Bye.